truth to grow in the same way that we need vitamins, affection, and love. Change in yourself what you want to change in the world. The loving personality seeks not to control, but to nurture, not to dominate, but to empower. To experience relationships of substance and depth requires approaching and entering into relationships with consciousness and concern for the other. You cannot and will not encounter a circumstance or a single moment that does not serve directly and immediately the need of your soul to heal. Each moment is a moment of choice, a time to leave the old, the limited, the restrained, and the contracted for the new, the unbound, and the liberating potential that expands before you. Soul is that part of you that longs for harmony and cooperation and sharing and reverence for life. When you make decisions that align with those values, you align your personality with the soul. It's that simple to understand. Now, to do it, in my experience, is hard. Your emotional reactions to the evil you encounter and your judgments of it show what you need to change in yourself. Changing those parts of your personality that judge, react in fear, and cannot love into acceptance, fearlessness, and love is the journey you were born to make. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You receive from the world what you give to the world. The opposite of love is not hate, it is fear. The great soul is the person who has taken on the task of change. If he or she is able to transcend fear, to act out of courage, the whole group will benefit, and each one, in his or her own life, will be suddenly more courageous, though they may not see how or why. Your life is an opportunity to give the gifts that your soul wants to give. When fear ceases to scare you, it cannot stay. When you strive for perfection, you compare different versions of what could be instead of being present with what is. Perfectionism is an attempt to inhabit an imaginary world in order to avoid experiencing the world in which you live. No birth is an accident, no experience is without meaning, and no life is without value. A power struggle collapses when you withdraw your energy from it. Power struggles become uninteresting to you when you change your intention from winning to learning about yourself. Most people use their energy attempting to rearrange circumstances that trigger painful emotions. Changing external circumstances will not change your rigid patterns of emotional response. That requires looking at the patterns themselves. When you die, you don't go to sleep. You go home to non-physical reality, and you are very much awake. The desire to please other people is a potent way to distract yourself from what you are feeling. If you choose to forgive someone who has wronged you rather than to hate that person, you shift the frequency of your light. I cannot change you. I cannot change other people. So I have decided to put all of my energy where I have the most leverage, where I know I can make a difference. Instead of being upset that this world is not populated the way I want it to be populated, I have decided to become the citizen that I want the world to be populated with. That's how I create the vision. Be mindful of the words that you use and the actions that you live, and who you are and how it is you use your power. Keep clear at all times that you are what you say you are. As your temptations become greater, so does your ability to make responsible choices. Angry people attract angry people and live in an angry world, and this validates their opinion that the world is angry. Try to realize and truly realize that what stands between you and a different life are matters of responsible choice. Clarity is the ability to see the soul in action in the physical world. The human emotional system can be broken down into roughly two elements: fear and love. Love is of the soul, fear is of the personality. Within each experience of pain or negativity is the opportunity to challenge the perception that lies behind it and to choose to learn with wisdom. Do you love the truth more than you need to be loved? Or do you need to be loved more than you love the truth? Do not insist that the universe comply with your understanding of it. Trust allows you to give. Giving is abundant. As you give, so it shall be given to you. If you give with judgment, limitation, and stinginess, that is what you will create in your life: judgment, limitation, and stinginess. You are a dynamic being of light that at each moment informs the energy that flows through you. You do this with each thought, with each intention. Reverence is simply the experience of accepting that all life is, in and of itself, of value. When the deepest part of you becomes engaged in what you are doing what you were meant to be doing. With each choice that you make to align yourself with the energy of your soul, you empower yourself. Authentic power is built up step by step, choice by choice. It cannot be meditated or prayed into being. It must be earned. What is in one is in the whole, and therefore, ultimately, each soul is responsible for the whole world. You do not stop losing power by refusing to recognize your fear, by anesthetizing yourself to what you feel. The road to authentic power is always through what you feel, through your heart. Your dragons are the frightened parts of your personality, and you alone can experience and heal them. Scarcity of self-value cannot be remedied by money, recognition, affection, attention, or influence.